Hi Wild Woman, welcome to the Wild Woman Enchanted show. Today we are going to do a reading for June 2018 with the Wild Woman mystery cards, which is this deck right here that I've written and illustrated. We're going to talk about what do we need to know for this month. Now there's a number of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how that relates to the summer solstice coming up on June 21st. We're also going to talk about how that can go in with the full moon. I asked a question out into the community to see what was happening for people and what they were feeling and needed to know for June. So we're going to be touching on some of those as well as we power through the reading for the month of June 2018. And also I wanted to say also that we're going to talk a little bit about the numbers. Number 2018, for example, what number is that and how does it fit with all of this? Hey Wild Women, did you know that I have a private Facebook group going on right now filled with beautiful wild women? If you'd like to be part of that, just click the link below. Come on over and join us. We do self-care readings on Fridays and we do all sorts of other things too, and I'd love to have you over there. I can't wait to meet you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new around here, then hit the subscribe button so that you can be part of all of these videos that come out, and hit the bell notification so that you know when they're actually happening. And share this with your friends if you know anybody going through something that needs a little bit of extra boost or help or sunshine through the month of June. All right, Wild Women, let's get started. Okay, Wild Woman, let's get started. My name is Elizabeth McLeod. If you are new here and don't know me yet, I am the author and illustrator of the Wild Woman Mystery Cards, and I'm here to help you live a wild and free life. We're going to do a couple of things for the reading, for the Wild Woman Mystery Card reading for 2018 for the month of June. We want you to consider for a moment that the month of June is halfway between the year. So we are halfway through 2018. And what is significant about 2018? Well, there's many things, but let's look for a moment at the numerology. Numerology of 2018 is 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8. If you take 8 plus 1, you add it up, it's 9, plus 0 is 9, plus 2 is 11. So in numerology, what you want to do is bring it down to a single digit, except for master numbers and things like that. That's another story. But let's bring it down. So 11 is 1 plus 1 equals 2. The number 2 is a great number. Even the way it's shaped, the number 2, it's a very humble number. It's not a number 1. Like a number 1 is like the seed. So when you have a little seed, that's like number 1 when the seed is planted. Number 2 is when the seed is breaking out. So imagine it below the earth and it's sort of coming up through into the surface, but it hasn't quite reached yet. Number 2 is really underestimated in her power and in her strength. So really what I mean by that is this is a time when it's really wonderful to have the courage of faith and the prayer that your manifestations are being answered because you've broken out of the seed is there, and now here you are coming up. It's also a very feminine number, so beautiful for the month of June. So if we're looking at the month of June, and we're thinking of the year of the 2 and we're halfway through it, then we start to consider that maybe there's a lot of strength here and a lot of power of the sun that we can draw on, because the power of the sun, of course, is what we're talking about the summer solstice. I'll get to the reading in just a moment. I just feel like it's really important to acknowledge that we're halfway through this year of the 2, and here we are halfway into June. We're halfway in the month of June. And June, on the 21st of June, is the summer solstice. And some of the questions that were being asked this month were about how to practically let go of the past with all the emotional wounds and move on to a brighter future. How to be in the flow when you have a 9 to 5 or something that you have to do, or any of those kinds of questions. And really, it's like, what do we need to do to bring out the aspect of the wild woman that will help us to keep us to moving forward in our lives? And we want to move forward, productive momentum through the summer and all that light, but also take some downtime. It's really hard sometimes to do that when there's so much brightness. So on the 21st is the summer solstice. The summer solstice is really the longest day of the year, which means the sun is closest to the earth, which means we're really going on the power of the sun. It's the most sunlight that we have. It's the power of the sun. It's the experience of that. So in a way, it's like, I'm just putting my deck down. In a way, it's like we're on a path of the spiritual sun. So if we want to think of that for a moment, the word solstice comes from the Latin word sol, which means sun. So here we are honoring this time of year, many festivities and everything. You might want to even do a ritual for that particular time. So, and also the other thing I want to say about the solstice is that, before I pull a card, is it's kind of like a global moment, a world experience, a global experience, because the whole world experiences this tilt that reaches its sort of time at the same time. So we're kind of part of a global community, and I love to think of that, of the consciousness, of the mindset, of the globalness of it all. So you can think of that you've got so much energy working with you at this time. Maybe as simple as ritual could be just lighting a candle to acknowledge the changes that you want to make. So let's do quickly a reading. I'm going to have you pick your card. So card number 1, if that resonates with you, hold on to that. Card number 2 and card number 3. Okay, so very quickly, let's go through a reading with all of that information in mind. So what do we need to know? The first card is going to be a grounding card. I'm going to let you see it, but I'm not going to look at it while I pull it. The grounding card for the month of June is power. Oh my God, you see, you can't make this stuff up. Power is the card for the month of June. So when you really look at that, now I know why I had to explain all of that for all of us here, because we are really operating in the power of the sun. This is the power that can move mountains when it's strong enough. It's not about power over another, it's about power within. And if you get afraid of your power, just take a moment, use the energy of the sun of this time of year, of the middle of 2018, and maybe even the solstice if you need to. Take that time to draw on that, take a breath if you need to, and just breathe into your power. Just step back and just know it's okay to own your power. So this is what's being called for the month of June. This is the grounding card for the month of June. So let's just take a moment and see what aspect of the wild woman do we need to help us grow and ground with that power. So, what choice? So in terms of the questions being asked this month, choice is actually, we always have choice. We always have choice, or we wouldn't be being asked. So the choice is always there. So never forget that whatever the position that you're in, whatever you're trying to sort of incorporate into your life, there's always choice. And you can always ground inside your power in that choice. You have power in your choices. They will determine how your outcome comes. And remember, your choice is always written in pencil. So you can always change it as the needs arise, because that's kind of like how life works in a way. So now I'm going to choose card 3. How do we keep, whoops, I'm going to do it so that you can see. How do we keep the flow in all of this? Transformation. Okay, so transformation. So when we're making choices, of course, change is happening. So transformation can be a really wonderful time to just take time to enjoy the scenery. Notice that she's holding her heart. If she's holding her heart, that means the choices that are made would be beautiful to be thinking of making the choices from a place of heart, because you are in a point of transformation, and using the power of those choices to create the transformation that you need. So let's just take a minute to say, how do I understand the real reason why I'm having maybe insecurities of moving forward, or insecurities about taking in my marriage, or maybe I'm having insecurities around my younger self and the work that's happening internally that's affecting my life outwardly. What is it that we really need, I'm going to let you see it, to understand that we're going through a really big transmutation. So what I get from this card, what do I really need to understand? She's holding a diamond. Do you see that? This is deep change. So this can be an internal change within yourself. So what I'm getting from this card, and for this month of June, a diamond is beautiful and shiny, just like the sun. So we can take a look at this card and say, well, a piece of coal is made clear under pressure. A piece of coal is made clear under pressure. That's how she becomes a diamond. So in this time when we're in the summer solstice, when the light is shining beautiful and bright, when we're using the energy of the earth and the sun and the global community being in the same place all at the same time, using the wild to help us through this, remember that you are a piece of coal made clear under pressure in some ways. That's the metaphor that we could be working with here. And that the other part of that is this is like a path of spiritual sun in a way. And that's what happens when we're on the spiritual path. There is a transmutation that is occurring. So let's just take a moment and just do the pick a card. So the first card was forgiveness. So how about taking a look at this? If you can't forgive something, take a look at the word forgiveness, forgive. So take a look at saying maybe, thank you for giving me this experience to learn from so I can be a better person. Take a look at that in terms of this whole event of June. For the second card was the warrior. For some reason, I'm bringing forward the full moon. The full moon is also a time that we can go through. This is kind of like a warrior month because we've got summer solstice, and on the 28th of June is the full moon. So there's a lot of releasing that can happen here. The warrior knows where she's been so that she knows she can see where she's going because she knows where she is 1 foot at a time. She puts her foot down on her path. So call on your warrior self with your past experiences so that as you move forward into your future experiences, you know by where you are right now about how to deal with that. And use again the power of the sun, and if you need to really work with this, do a little ritual on the full moon. And the third card was the truth card. Really, this is saying we have the truth of everything that we need to know. So this card is asking us to remember that we are the truth of who we are. We are the archetype we need. We are the wild woman aspect that's necessary. We have a wild nature, and that wild nature is our true self. It's our true self that we're searching for. And it may be that you need to take off your cape once in a while just to rest. So that's our reading for today. I just feel called to do a blessing. So a blessing for this reading, the blessing for the month of June is sacredness. So think of it this way. The sacredness in all life matters. So this reading, there was a sacredness. In yourself, you are a sacredness. YouTube is a sacredness. The community that we're working with here, brushing your teeth, the water that comes in that you use is sacred. Think of the sacredness in all life matters. As you travel through this month of June, as you work with your power, as you make your choices, and as you form into the transformation that you are going to be while holding your heart. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you know somebody that's going through something that you feel that, gee, they could really use a little bit of help, then please share this with them. We don't have to do this alone. We have a community that's happening, especially on June 21st, where the solstice is. The whole world is going to be going through that tilt together, and we're closest to the sun, and if you're in the other hemisphere, then you're the farthest away from the sun. We're all going through it together. And tell me in the comments below how this resonated for you. I'd really like to know. And if you have any questions going forward into the next month, tell me now, and I'll include it in the next video for the month of July when we do the reading then. If you'd like a private reading with me, I will put a link below if you want to go deeper into what's happening for you in the month of June, if you're having some struggles letting some things go, or if you want more, I'm happy to do that with you. And also too, I have a wonderful Wild Woman shift chart. It can take you into the aspects of the Wild Woman. You might want to take a look there. It'll give you ideas of how to make the shifts that you need to make. If you're not really sure how to let go of what you need to do, it just helps you make a little shift. So please feel free to sign up. There also is a link below for you. All right, Wild Woman, I thank you so much for being here with me today, and may the path of this month be beautiful for you, and that you take advantage of the beautiful power of the sun that is with us on this month of June. I will be thinking of you on June 21st and again on the full moon, but particularly June 21st, where I light a candle, and will be setting prayers for all of us as we travel through this beautiful month of June, halfway through the year 2018. Right, Wild Woman, take care, and I'll see you next time.